Greetings from Costa Rica, folks. Welcome to Friday's live broadcast. My name is Matt Rosensteel. I'm a Guanacaste real estate broker, and today we're going to engage in somewhat of a guilty pleasure and take a sneak peek at some really nice exclusive real estate. We're going to be looking at two different $5 million homes that I have exclusively listed for sale. Both are not fully completed today, so we're taking sort of a pre-completion sneak peek tour. We're going to talk about luxury real estate in general and trying to differentiate between true luxury real estate and properties that have been what I'd like to call luxe-washed. And I want to go ahead and copyright that term, assuming it's going to take off just like the term greenwashed. You hear the word luxury thousands of times when people are promoting real estate. What does that mean? What makes something truly a luxury property? We're going to go over that today as well and try and filter through a little bit of that vocabulary and really give you an understanding of luxury real estate in Guanacaste. If you are looking for a complete resource with all the basic questions answered, how to buy property, taxes, residency, on and on, you can visit CostaRicaMatt.com and check out my VBook. Currently, there's a giant blue button there that says VBook. You fill out a form and you will get our 20 video resource. Again, with all of the information needed to start thinking about those big real estate questions. Again, if you'd like to get in touch with me directly, if it's time to start really thinking about real estate, you can email me at matt@CostaRicaMatt.com. For those of you who have not heard already, I'm a realtor serving the Santa Cruz County in western Guanacaste. Santa Cruz goes from Playa Potrero and Las Catalinas is also included in Santa Cruz, all the way down to Ostional. So that includes Tamarindo and Langosta, Grande, Potrero, Flamingo, like the homes we'll be looking at today. And I'd be more than happy to serve you if I can be of service in those areas. Without further ado, let's start talking about some luxury homes out there. I look forward to showing you two of my new incredible listings. They're both $4.9 million, and both of them are absolutely new builds, just being finished. So first of all, let's ask the question, what makes a luxury home here in Guanacaste, Costa Rica currently? Some realtors would look at you and say, really that, in fact, just a second, a luxury home or a luxury property is anything with a price tag over $1 million. And I really get tired of that definition because, quite frankly, there are properties that cost more than $1 million where when you look at what they are in reality, luxury is actually not the right word to describe it. You could find larger farms with pretty simple homes on them that cost over $1 million. You could find some older, really rundown homes in prime locations that are called luxury homes, but really that don't feel like them when you are there. So despite people using that sort of anything over $1 million, I really like to be a bit more nuanced. I also wanted to mention, I had one realtor once call a piece of land a luxury piece of land. And it was one of the strangest things. It's just the concept sort of struck me as funny. But one of the main driving characteristics behind all luxury properties in Costa Rica, just like with all real estate, is going to be the first biggest rule: location, location, location. And I would like to talk about the first location, or talk about the location of the homes we're going to be looking at today. This is the Playa Flamingo Marina that I'm about to bring up and add to the stage. Oops, let's see here. Let's go this one. That is the view from the house. Let's see if we can't figure out this one, and then I'll remove that. Add to stage. Here we go. Now we're in business. Here, let's do it this way. Playa Flamingo here, which is actually this this beach facing west, is a white sand beach that has always been known somewhat as the Beverly Hills of Costa Rica. You've really had high demand for Playa Flamingo because it's got a special topography. These two ridges, the North Ridge here and the South Ridge down here, are basically rocky outcrops that provide amazing ocean views. And Flamingo is a white sand beach with really nice blue water rolling up. Overall, it's just always felt like a sort of luxury beach, if that you could use the word luxury in that context. And recently, it has been transformed by the expansion of the marina. There was a $35 million marina project where they took the old seawalls and they turned this into a major, I think, 120 slip or 200 slip marina that can now handle some boats of very serious magnitude. Overlooking the marina, you'll see yachts coming in and out that look, just some very serious boats. And as a result, the demand for property in the area has shot through the roof. And there's always way more demand for Flamingo properties than there are for other locations. And more than anything, it's almost impossible to find anything except luxury property in Flamingo, simply because in that location, that absolutely prime spot, you're going to have people investing in the highest ticket items. So first of all, let's talk about the location of Casa Visión, which is the first one we're going to discuss here. Both homes are on the South Ridge. I want to point out Casa Visión is located up here near Flamingo Towers. If you want to get an idea of the absolute exclusivity of this location, you really don't have many points where you can get this kind of ocean view in Costa Rica. Really, there's limited coastal development. They do not allow lots of high-rise buildings. So finding those ocean views where you're both close to the beach and really looking over the water is something very difficult to do. And one of the biggest things that can define luxury properties are going to be those luxury ocean views. So I want to start out by looking here at the ocean view from Casa Visión, our first listing. Here you can see just how spectacular it is. You get to watch the water roll up on two different beaches. And that's actually another, you want to talk about luxury ocean views. Being able to see the water rolling in is a huge deal. And especially because of Costa Rica's development laws and the restrictions on the coast, it can be very difficult to find that sort of perspective. Casa Visión here, where we're going to walk through, we won't bore you too much with the construction details. But another thing that to me makes true luxury real estate here in Costa Rica is not only just the number of square feet that a home has, but most importantly, the volume of some of its spaces. I wish that you could also have on listing profiles, it would be interesting to have cubic square feet of under roof space. It would be cubic feet, not square feet specifically, because in a house like Casa Visión, here you've got this 2-story vaulted ceiling as your main living room. That's absolutely going to be an incredible space, one of those places that just feels like an impactful, amazing, entertaining room. And this museum-like space opens out onto your terrace and these amazing ocean views. I'll stop clicking through the video so we can just see things smoothly. And here I guess we look out this way first. We will be looking out at the views. Here we are, looking out directly over your infinity pool out to that gorgeous bay. Really, Casa Visión has a special position, and it isn't just a home that they built to get the most impressive numbers, the square footage, in the easiest way possible. This is a 9,000 square foot home. And it's not just 9,000 square feet, including the pool, the terraces, everything outside. The 9,000 square feet are interior spaces, and some of them, again, are two-story spaces where you've got those incredible high ceilings. You have ocean views from every room in the house, given the position of this piece of property. So everyone's going to have their bedrooms facing out with those gorgeous views. And it is a house that, that has a layout that I consider to be truly what you expect at this sort of price tag. Every bedroom is an ensuite. It has a bathroom. They have extra half baths. Really, the no bedroom feels like it's cramped. I should have gotten the layout of the bedrooms up here, but you have a ton of square footage even within those suites. You've got walk-in closets, a lot of features that make it absolutely that sort of larger space and not just an efficient, trying to produce bedrooms. There are 7 bedrooms in both Casa Visión and El Palacete, the one that we're going to look at. And again, yeah, you could have fit 7 bedrooms in a home that really only has 4,000 or 5,000 square feet of total space. But at Visión and El Palacete, these two 9,000 square foot homes, you just have an absolute excess of space. Another absolute key thing that distinguishes luxury real estate from the normal real estate here in Guanacaste is really going to be the finishes. And I want to show you here, now we are at a different home. This is El Palacete Flamingo. Let me give you an idea of the location of this really quickly. Man, I'm having trouble switching between these two things. Let's remove that. And now I've got I think I even have here, we'll try and get this back up on stage. And it's just not cooperating here. I try to get fancy with things before our broadcast, and I promise I will never try to get fancy again. Now moving on to El Palacete, we're at a location that is even more prime and really irreplaceable. El Palacete is overlooking the Palms. Here is where it has been built. And it's another place with absolutely prime views. This little hill here looks out over this house, and you've got a view both out to the marina and down to the Palms. You can see the waves crashing right up on the beach in Flamingo from this vantage point. And again, you're just in an absolutely prime location that's irreplaceable. There are only a few remaining undeveloped lots on this South Ridge. And so anything that is located here is absolutely just really a prime location. So beyond that, what they're doing with these homes is using the absolute top quality finishing touches. Here we're at El Palacete looking at the kitchen. They've done a quartzite backsplashes, quartzite there along the top as well. Quartzite countertops, everything. They've put inset lighting into the kitchen. You've got inset lighting throughout the house. Lots of the finishes that you would see in this home are things that a developer or a builder could potentially cheap out on in order to produce a massive home without really investing in those finishes. One of the things that I love to see, these solid wood custom doors. I can't stand being in a quote unquote luxury home and you feel like the doors are basically made out of cardboard. Again, this is a location where you've got views in absolutely every direction. I believe from this bathroom, you can look out to the marina as we go through here. Here you can see rather than just normal tile backsplash in the showers, again, they've done quartzite. They've also included really, really, sexy bathtubs, all of the black matte fixtures, et cetera, et cetera. They have these really cool, like smart mirrors that you can touch. Tons of amazing little finishes that take you from just a simple home and elevate you to that luxury quality. One of the things that I also see people frequently, they're talking about luxury homes, and they're built only out of the flimsiest, or rather the fastest possible steel frame construction with just a panel wall system in order to sort of slap up the house. I consider true luxury homes to have a concrete foundation and to have their main structural elements be fully concrete. Yes, there are other systems that will last the test of time almost as well as concrete in Costa Rica, but I don't think there is truly a comparison to just how solid and long-lasting your concrete structure will be. Here's the bathroom again. You can see how instead of the ordinary typical use of space, first of all, their bathrooms are enormous. They've really opened up space so that you feel like you're in a nice room here. Again, these homes are under construction right now. And in El Palacete, to talk a little bit about the layout, I absolutely love, they put in a second story living room sort of lounge area that we're coming up to. So you've got your bar on the second story, very important, so you don't have to go downstairs while you're entertaining. Everybody can easily circulate. And then as we go out here, I'll try and get out to the ocean views. Obviously, from that second story, they have absolutely captivating, huge, sort of 270-degree views. These views cannot be perturbed in the future, which is another absolutely critical thing. And they're somewhat unique, just given how few pieces of property are for sale or really exist on Flamingo's north and south ridges. El Palacete, again, these are both 9,000 square foot homes. This one is also listed at $4.9 million. Both of the homes also have a setup that includes a caretaker suite, a kitchenette in a separate apartment where you can have someone staying with you. Another luxury feature that I think elevates them beyond the normal home is that they both have solar panels. Currently, they're both functioning with some, not necessarily the full impact of people living there, but the solar system provides a ton of juice. And absolutely, when you've got those larger homes in Guanacaste, you're going to see that spaces, the air conditioning bills, when you're hosting people or when you've got renters, for example, you would definitely see that renters love to just leave the AC running, and solar panels can mitigate that. They've also used double-paned security glass in most of the windows, sliders, etc. in both of these homes. That's an absolutely top luxury feature that you can definitely see people try to go lower quality on their sliders. Currently in Costa Rica, or rather by bringing things from China, they've been able to absolutely put top-of-the-line materials. They only use, most of the tile has been imported as well. Lots of the elements are corallina tile, which is that really nice stuff that's been cut out of coral itself in the seabed. So you've got those finishing touches that really elevate you from just another big house to something that's truly luxury. However, I really feel confident calling both of these pure luxury homes, not just based on their price tag, but based on the fact that they represent quasi-palaces. El Palacete in Spanish is a word for a mini palace for an aristocratic person. Casa Vision, they're both absolutely majestic and huge. They've been built, they are being completed as we speak. So they are brand new homes with absolutely zero wear and tear. And if you want to know more about either home, you can send me an email to matt@costaricamat.com. I will be more than happy to send you the videos that we've been looking at, these interior tours of Casa Visión and El Palacete Flamingo, so that you can explore them to your heart's content. We will also have listing profiles, more information, and more videos about them as time goes on. Thanks very much for joining me here on this Friday broadcast, folks. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to it next time. Have a great weekend, and pura vida.